What it do, man? It's your boy LP, aka LPZ, and coming to you with Epistle, Volume 4. Want to talk about some things that, I've always wondered, why, there's so much tension, so much hatred, among ministers, pastors, and preachers, and how a lot of times, it's very rare that you see more than 3 preachers in one room and it's not tension. And I'm seeing why the culture of the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom, it's so important that we begin to function in that, because I just been looking at the characteristics of a king, and from a biblical standpoint, a king, like, they would always acknowledge another king. Not only would they acknowledge another king, they would show reverence and respect to another king. The righteous kings, in the kingdom of God, the Bible talks about how Christ have made us to be kings and priests. And so it also talks about how Jesus is the King of kings. So we that are in the kingdom, we are the kings that Jesus is king over. So as kings, we should function as kings. But unfortunately, a lot of times we function in like peasants, because a king, whenever they are in the presence of another king, they will acknowledge that king. Not only would they acknowledge that king, they would not present any harm to that king, whether it be verbally or physically. It would be a respect thing. Not only would they respect another king or acknowledge another king, but a lot of time they will present gifts to another king. So you look at King David, whenever he was anointed to be king, but King Saul didn't want to get out of the way. David didn't push or shove or try to pull the position. He respected. Not only did he respect, but he reverenced the position that Saul held. So Saul tried to kill David 4 times, but David did not retaliate. Even the opportunities that David had to kill Saul, David said, I cannot do this to the Lord's anointed. I cannot do this to, he would acknowledge the greatness, the call that was on Saul's life. And that would be his reason for not retaliating or not inflicting hurt or harm. Because King David was a beast. He was a gangster. He was a killer. But he was not going to do this to the Lord's anointed. So if we would begin to acknowledge the fact of one another that we are the Lord's anointed, we wouldn't try to hurt one another. We would not dog each other out behind each other's back. We would acknowledge one another. See, for years, it dates back for years, ever since like 2005. Whenever I will meet you, anybody that know me personally, whenever I come to you, what is the first thing I say? What up, King? What's up, King? How you doing, King? I acknowledge them and I leave them with something, whether it be a word of encouragement, whether it be a word of knowledge, whether it be a gift, because that is the culture of a king. Whenever they when they heard about Jesus and they followed that star, it was the Magi, the wise men. The Magi were kings. And because they heard about this king that had come, they came and they brought what? Gifts. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These were all precious things that were very expensive. But why did they bring that? Because they were acknowledging and because they were presenting them to a king. So with that being said, if we're going to function and operate in the kingdom, we got to operate as kings, and we have to respect, we have to acknowledge, and we have to give gifts to one another. And we're not going to try to hurt each other. We're not going to retaliate on each other, even when other kings ain't acting like the kings that they should be, kind of like King Saul. So that's just my word for the day. Holla at your boy.